in boxing. That's man in boxing. Led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV.
What's going on? Make sure you check out our new sponsor, Cell Phone Buyers Recyclers. They pay cash for smartphones and tablets. Like and share their social media pages, Facebook and Instagram, and websites in the description for a chance to win an iPhone. What you waiting on? Hurry up and go get that iPhone.
All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Jermell Charlo calls out Demetrius Andrade to come back down to 54 to rekindle a little flame they had that Andrade pulled out because Andrade didn't have his business together. I think that's what it was. Something about Rock Nation promised him something, and Andrade just signed a bad promotional deal, whatever it was, Star Banner Boxing. And it just seemed like he, didn't want to fight the best, but it just seemed like them people didn't have his money together. And if the money wasn't together, he just wasn't fighting nobody. But the truth be told, his resume at 154 ain't as bad as people think. I mean, I believe he fought Jack Colcly there, Willie Nelson, Vance Monterosian. He fought a few guys there. So, his resume was okay. It wasn't nothing to brag about, but it could have been a lot better. I mean, he's supposed to whoop on Lara. He's supposed to do everything, at that division and dominate. And like I said many times before, he should have been the pound-for-pound #1 fighter. He's supposed to be with Crawford at right now with a way better resume. But, hey, let's talk about it. We back, Goodfellas Sports TV once again. It's your boy, CJ Goodfellas. And, Jermell Charlo said he ain't moving up. He want to keep that separation from his brother. He kind of got like a small man complex when it comes to his brother. When people call him the big Charlo, but he the more skillful fighter, especially when he's with Ronnie Shields. But he's seen his brother knocking people out and people giving his brother credit, and people, like Box Nation was shitting on one of the fights he had, I think it was Charles Manaki, and saying that he was a boring fighter. So he wanted to become a more exciting fighter. So he compromised and his skills to be a puncher. And as long as he stay at 54, he probably get away with that for the most part. But him and Andrade would be a good fight. At the time, I thought Andrade would probably beat the dog walking shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? Right now, he more developed. He's stronger. Like I said, I think, I slightly favor Andrade to beat his brother, but I do think Andrade might get clipped at the end of the fight. But I do think Jermell is an easier fight for Andrade, minus the weight. If they can come to some type of catch weight, or they can get Mill to come up to 160, I just think the way Mill fight, a guy like Andrade eat him up all day like a Chanterelles plate, Jeezy bar, you know what I'm saying? But, his style is tailor-made for a guy like Andrade. Only thing bad about it is Andrade will have to really walk and apply pressure, a little bit of pressure on Jermell. And that's risky. But once you apply pressure on Jermell like John Jackson, Vance Monterosian, he mentally breaks. You know what I'm saying? But it's really no fighter at the division that really can do it and got the solid chin and the great stamina. Tony Harrison shows you guys it can be done. John Jackson, Vance show guys it can be done. But, at the end of the day, I admire him for calling out Andrade. You ain't got nobody to fight. Bring your ass back down if you can make weight. Maybe Andrade should give him a call and say, hey, come up to 160 where we can fight at a catch weight and you get an opportunity to be a two-time world champion. You could drop the belt afterwards. The money there. We give you $10 million like we gave your brother to step up and take the fight. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it's going to boil down to, the money. Jermell ain't going to never see that money at 154. Stand there, 154. How many homegrown or how many 54 grown fighters was pound for pound, or it's not pound for pound, it was pay-per-view stars? Not too many. You have pay-per-view stars roll through there, like Mayweather, Oscar, Trinidad. Most guys, 54 ain't even a real division. It's one of the fake divisions. It's 47, then it's 60. That's what it's supposed to be. And get to the latter half of the video, he says that, he's standing at 54, he don't want to move up. Then he got to know then that not moving up, is going to compromise him as a fighter in his resume and how he's looked at as going into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Because you stand at 54, think about it for a minute. Even if some of the welterweights come up, the guy that you hoping to be the superstar, Errol Spence, y'all probably not going to fight. Y'all got the same coach. So the one pay-per-view star that'll come out of 47, if they can get him there, well, PBC ain't never got nobody there other than Floyd Mayweather. If they can get him there, that's got to be a conversation y'all got to have. Will y'all ever fight each other, for the money? Because other than Earl Spence becoming a pay-per-view star, Castanos, Teixeira, Banana Boy, Rosario, Lara, ain't none of them, $10 million fights. A pay-per-view worthy fight. So you stand at 54, you at a division like 68 and cruiserweight that, you ain't going to be a star at. So at some point, maybe he waiting on his brother to move up to 68. He moved to 60. But at some point, you 30 fucking years old. And Canelo probably still won't fight you. Golovkin still won't fight you. Danny Jacobs, he may or may not come back down and fight you. He's standing at 68. So right now, you in a situation where you banking on Earl Spence. You might be banking on Joey Spencer to become something. You banking on Lubin to reinvent himself, which he supposed to be, maybe be ordered your mandatory soon again, somehow, some way. So that's what he got to look at. Now, if he comfortable getting the money he comfortable, being the fighter he is, he'll be a solid fighter. They'll find a way to get him into the Hall of Fame. Cool. But he not going to be no superstar. He not even going to be what Andre Ward was perceived to be. He going to be easily one of the forgotten fighters. And, Andre going down the same route. He could have easily had Charlo under his notch already. Or been under Charlo's notch. But, he got to understand that. You stay at 54, ain't nothing but risk gonna come. If you fighting Jerry Hurd at, even before that, that really wasn't no pay-per-view fight. That's just the history of 54. 54 ain't shit but a short stop. You stop there, piss, get you a Coca-Cola, get back on the bus, and get to your main destination 160. But now you're looking at 160 could change, because you might be looking at your contemporaries or your peers that's at 54 there. Now the Canelo Golovkin gone, ain't shit too much there. Your brother move up to 68 probably. If you move up to 60, Andrade talking about moving up to 68, for Billy Joe Saunders. So you hoping on some of these, some young guys rise up and they become something. But really, it ain't no, Charlo 30 years old. At any point, he could be ready to retire. Maybe mentally, he, physically done, or he got his money right. He got nice cars and a nice house and all that stuff, man. But really, I hope ain't no superstardom coming for him. And anybody that signed with PBC, you got to ask the question, can they make me into a star? Or what is your goal? If your goal is just to get money, and that's what you want to do, then PBC is a good spot. But if you want to have a legacy, you want to be a superstar, you want to get on, you want to be, on top, you want to be in some commercials, you want to be on pay-per-view, then, PBC ain't done that. They ain't done that before. And they'll show you once you talk out of line, as Mel know, once his Mel talk out of line, like they cut his mic off at his brother's press conference when he got done beating Brendan Adams, you will get humbled. They'll humble you. They'll put an F on your report card, bro. They'll humble you if you don't do what you say they want you to do or tone it down. That's why the Charlos was turned down. Al Heyman didn't tell them just to turn down. He maybe did, and they didn't turn down. But what he did, he humbled Jermell. He humbled him. And them Charlo twins, they watch my channel. I see they got that people commenting on my channel and shit. Man, that shit don't bother me, bro. Like I said, I'm the same motherfucker on this channel, and I'm the same motherfucker in person. You motherfuckers piss shit, sleep just like I do. I don't look up to these niggas. These interviews, I done them before. I just love the sport. I don't love the fighters in it. All the fighters I love is retired or dead and gone. I don't love none of these new fighters. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's hard to love active fighters, especially the ones that only fight once, twice a year. And, they get emotional and, they get to yelling and shit. This is strictly boxing. I'm just keeping it 100. And if I'm touching the nerve while keeping it 100, well, you need to check your maxi pad and change that hoe out or change your tampon out. But you ain't going to be no superstar just fighting at 54. Nope. Or you better hope Vigil Ortiz turn into something. He going to have to beat Earl Spence and beat the hell out of Crawford and move up. And Jaron Boots Ennis have to move up. But by that time, nigga, you going to be old as shit. your best day is gonna be behind you. But hey, let me know what you guys think about Andrade coming down. I mean, you can ask him on Twitter, or reach out to him, see if you want to talk about it. I'll do that maybe, when I wake up. But don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email, and we'll reach out to my social media if you got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. I want to make a donation, cash out, PayPal in the description. But yeah, I'll reach out to him when I wake up. One time for the one time. Goodfellas Sports TV. We gone.